talk about expectations, and no, not because I expected something good from a Kep1er song. That's not the problem. I have an entire script written about Kep1er's Japanese title track Grand Prix, and I wrote it fully intending to explain why I was so disappointed. But all I really said in the script was, I love this, and this, but this one specific aspect bothers me. So by the end, I'm rereading it, and I'm desperate to maintain that I do not like this song. And I know fully well that I liked the song for a while. It wasn't until I read the lyrics for the first time that I was disappointed. But the lyrics clearly aren't the problem if I can identify so many things that I love. Expectations often have a profound impact on the way we consume things, if we like them or if we think they're complete shit. uh, Cho Jimmy, I I hope I'm pronouncing your username right as well. I know it's Chewy's last name. I don't know how to say it. I'm so sorry. Uh, Jimmy is a fellow K-tuber who a lot of you know. He's very kind and intelligent and has great taste in music, and he left a comment on my video about Perfect Night where he talked about how his expectations for a LE SSERAFIM song impact the way he feels about their releases. And I had to realize that even if I have no idea what the terms wadada or we fresh actually mean, even that still has an impact, and I really should have known that because I was a goddamn psychology student for years. I believe that the statistic is that if you're asked a question and at least 3 people casually give an answer that is obviously wrong, people are likely to go with the same wrong answer. I want to say the study was about like the length of lines versus other lines, but I truly do not know how to word my searches in order to find that very specific statistic. What I can verify is a fact that comes up in basically every psychology class I have taken, that you will do better on a quiz if you are quizzed in the same context where you learned the original material, even if you do it literally underwater. I'm not joking. That is a fact I will take to my grave, and I have severe memory issues. Another fun one is the study on if you find people more attractive on a shaky bridge. If a woman approaches a man on a shaky bridge, he is more likely to accept her number than if she meets him on a more secure bridge, because they will misinterpret the adrenaline they feel for attraction. Psychology classes teach you the dumbest shit. That's probably why I liked them so much. I even talk about the mere exposure effect all the time, the phenomenon where you like things more as you are exposed to them more and find them becoming familiar. All of this is to say that expectations versus reality may be a fun concept to poke fun at, but your expectations have a specific impact on your reality that people often fail to acknowledge. So when I found out that Grand Prix was all about love and not some random song you listen to while playing Mario Kart, I was disappointed. And I had some great jokes in that script too. Get into the nitty gritty and talk about Double Dash or Coconut Mall or other driving games like Kirby Air Ride or Pac-Man World Prix. I'd sing a song about Dragoon or that game in Sonic Riders where you get attacked by birds and try to kill them with fucking swords. I compared Grand Prix to the Incredibles 2 of all movies, not Cars, because Cars is actually better than Up, and it's still so weird that they never made a Cars 2. They really just jumped straight to 3. And The Incredibles 2, you don't gain shit from watching that movie, besides maybe a little candy in your teeth that you paid too much for. And this one, they say things like, my heart is racing in English, so maybe I should have known, but I have anxiety. You know, the thing that they put on your finger at the doctor? I get asked why my heart is racing because I can see my hand is shaking and I get nervous. I'm always nervous. I stopped smiling as a kid because someone told me my smile made their day and I didn't want to be perceived. That's a true story. Another one that's important to mention. I know I probably sound dumb complaining about love as a Twice fan. I am willing to admit I'm probably unbothered by Twice's music because they're my faves, but I also think I'm less bothered because the people writing Twice's songs are just better songwriters. No, no, me. The songwriters are genuinely fine. Most of the song is fun, and we're gonna talk about why. We're going to be positive on this channel because my inherent negativity needs to be relegated to real life only, and my Twitter, because it's private and no one who follows me gives a shit if I talk about hating NCT's music. They'll scroll past it as they always do. Okay, the song, right. Normally you try to point out the difference between the abstract and the concrete, but in this it's more like the the abstract versus the literal, beginning with na-na-nas, gibberish, before identifying our location and the literal sound we can hear, the vroom vroom. I had it written down in my notes that the power up comment, sorry, takes advantage of my Mario driven heart. I always really liked the going fast, going faster part as well. That's really cute, and it does try to substantiate it by just being more of itself, something we'll see happening a lot. It establishes a dependent basis, followed by what I call an independent drive, literally. There are lots of short quips throughout the song. They bring good energy, but the Love Racer and Winner comments are still just awful. There's no there's no generation race. There is no justification. I hate those lines. The refrain is focused on the you. They pair the you and the me. They talk about more physical things like weather. The pre-chorus has these pieces of what I call guidance, a word that makes me want to vomit because it reminds me of a man. That's a long story, and I view the lyrics I'm referring to differently now, thank God. There are commands, promise, intention, good things. I like them keeping the abstract theme using a simile, and the simile substantiates itself because it takes up space it takes up space when they stretch out the word, and repeating the simile again and again makes the abstract more real as well. They use metaphors, but such tactile enunciation makes it feel tactile in itself. The second verse starts with onomatopoeia with boom boom and racing jargon and a dependent clause. There are more commands, now parenthetical, making it seem even less serious in nature. They make the idea of pairing into a kind of motif, sentences almost chasing the point, the exact chase they describe, making an appearance only in the end. There's an aphora, it's simple and determined, and there's more repetition, space traversed with ease, as poetry can be a visual art in some respects, and the visual space is also important in the race because it's a race. Then there's a pre-chorus referencing the you like a destination. They embrace the journey though, not even making the reference to the destination follow the reference to moving forward without breaks. There are more commands, again pushing purpose. The parenthetical parts toy with the situation's dynamics, and they take ownership of yeah, like the victory of love in itself is the prize. There's purpose in space, an abstract dream taking up visual space. They pair statements about pairing themselves, and in using parentheses, they also create some subtlety to the realization of what truly matters, this ability to be anything together. Their short comments, separated with mere commas, continue this sort of pushing objectively. The song is perfectly fine, and my grudge is melting away like pure slush that will wreck whatever body part you fall on if you walk through it too fast. Happy Thanksgiving, something that actually deserves criticism, because why the fuck do we still celebrate Thanksgiving?